So we have already learned that for any random experiment, there associate a sample space, and sample space is nothing but it is a set of all outcomes. Outcome means results. Set of all outcomes, and an event is any subset of sample space. Any subset of the sample space is called an event. And what we learned in the last class is, suppose we have two events E and F of the random experiment or as a subset of the sample space, then we have learned the probability of E given F is equal to, the formula is P of E intersection F by P of F. So on left hand side, the probability what I've written is a probability, conditional probability with the condition as the event F has already happened, then what is the probability of E? Here F is taken as the condition. And also to be careful, the condition always happens first. Agar F pehle hua, then what is the probability of E? You can practically find out. And this formula is useful when we are not applying the condition. Without applying the condition, you can find the probability. That is P of E intersection F by P of F is the same as P of the conditional probability of E given F. So with this formula, we can write P of two more formulas we can create, that is P of F given E. What will be P of F given E? That is also P of F intersection E. F intersection E is the same as E intersection F divided by P of E. So if you refer to these two formulas, formula 1 and formula 2, it is, you can just create another formula which is P of E intersection F. What is P of E intersection F? From the first formula we get on cross multiplication. What you get? It is P of F into P of E given F. And one more formula you can create from here. Here also we get P of E intersection F. It is on cross multiplication you get what is that? P of E into P of F given E. So this formula is to be used in many of the questions, and judiciously you have to decide what is the formula to be used when. So I'll give you that P of F into P of E given F to be used when F is the event which happens first. As I have mentioned just now that the conditional probability can be practically found if the condition happens first. If F happens first, then your formula E, probability of E and F is P of F into P of E given F. And if E happens first, your formula will be P of E intersection. We can also write it as P of E and F, and is converted to intersection or is converted to union. So P of E intersection F will be, if agar E पहले हुआ तो हमारा probability of E will be first P of E into P of F given E. This is known as a multiplication theorem. Why the name multiplication theorem comes is this and is converted to the product P of E and F. P of E and F or P of E intersection F is P of E. This and is converted to into P of E into P of F provided E has happened. Okay, children, please write down this. This only you have to write. Or it is P of F into P of the other one, E given F. Only this much you have to write. Under the heading multiplication theorem. An urn contains ten black and 5 white balls. Two balls are drawn. From the urn. Both the drawn are black. See, while you analyze this question, you always have to distinguish two things. What is experiment and what is the event? Now, the probability of event is asked. So we can clearly make out what should be defined as event and what is experiment. An urn contains 10 black and 5 white balls. So we can make a skeleton picture of this. So we have 10 black and 5 white balls. So I am writing it 10 black and 5 white balls. Two balls are drawn from this. Two balls are drawn. This is a picture which I can make out. Now we have to define the event. What is the probability that both the balls are black? इसका probability find out करना है. That is the event. Both the balls are black. These two balls are drawn from 15 balls. That is a random experiment. But here the condition is given that there is one thing that it is without replacement. That means you are taking one ball first, then again you are taking another ball without replacement. So there is a condition for drawing the second ball because already first ball drawn. With that condition, you are taking the second ball. You just imagine that with your right hand, you are taking a ball. You are not replacing it back. And then with the left hand, you are taking another ball. Okay, that is our experiment. Now, the event is that both the balls drawn are black. So we can consider this as the first ball is black and the second ball is also black and the second ball is also black. So I'm just giving some hint here. First ball ke liye hum B1 dal diya because it's the first one. And second ball, B is for black. Second ball, I'm writing B2. Agar तुम्हारा white ball है तो what will be writing W1, W2X, like this. These notations we can consider for defining the events. So our required probability is what? No need of explaining anything much. You can directly write like this, required probability. जो probability पूछा गया उसको हम required probability बोलते हैं. So the required probability equal to probability of, this is a way you can write, probability of the first ball is drawn is black. So I am putting it as B1, and will come at the same time second ball drawn is also a black, provided B1 has happened, because we are not putting it back. The first ball is drawn with the right hand. Okay, first ball, that is a black ball, is drawn with the right hand, and the second ball from the left hand we are going to take, with the condition that the first ball drawn is black, because we are not putting it back. The question is, two balls are drawn from one after the other without replacement. This is the important part. Without replacement, you are drawing one after the other. Means you are taking with right hand one ball and not putting it back. It is still in your right hand, and with the left hand you are taking another ball. Means already one condition has happened. पहले एक black ball ले लिया, because the required probability is 4. We have to draw 2 black balls. ये कैसे हो सकता है? Right hand से एक black ball ले लिया, you are not putting it back at the same time, means, and from the second hand, so from the left hand you are taking the second black ball, with the condition that the first drawn ball is already a black. This is our required probability. This and means what actually? The and is intersection with B2 given B1, B2 given B1. Now, according to our multiplication theorem, this and will be converted to into. So what will be the probability? Probability of B1 into probability of B2 given B1. Now you children, probability of B1, this probability to be found out without a condition. Probability of B1 मतलब क्या है? Probability of taking one black ball from our bag. Our bag has got how many black balls? 10 black and 5 white. Okay, I'm writing it the right side. For this, simply you just imagine what will be the probability of B1, means probability of selecting one black ball. Selection means, you know, last year I have studied, selection means it's a combination question. Okay, so probability of selecting one black ball from this bag, one black ball, that means it is n of B1 by n of S, right? So I'm not writing it, you need not have to write that, you can imagine that. One black ball is taken from how many black balls? In 10 black balls in 10 C1 ways, because selection means it is a combination problem. 10 C1 means one at a time is selected from 10 distinct objects. It can be done in 10 C1. And this formula you will be applying the classical definition of probability. Number of elements of B1 divided by number of ways of selection of one ball. So divided by number of selecting one black ball, because B1 means one black ball is taken and the experiment will be taking one black ball. Sorry, one ball. One ball is selected from how many balls? There are 15 balls. From there you are selecting one ball. So this is a separate experiment you have to consider. Okay. this P of B1 is a separate experiment. What is that? Probability of B1 means probability of selecting one black ball from this urn. This urn means right side shown urn. So we are applying the definition of N of E by N of S. Probability ka classical definition. P of E equal to N of E by N of S. Okay. So this definition when you apply, what will be that? Probability of taking one black ball. Number of ways of selecting one black ball divided by number of ways of selecting one ball from 15 balls. If you have any doubt, you can ask now, children. Into. Next, what will be that? Probability of B2 given B1. Uska matlab B1 has already happened. B1 has already happened. Matlab एक black ball ले लिया. That is in your right hand. Then, what is the probability of selecting one black ball? So already this has happened. Already this has happened means already one black ball has taken. And one black ball is missing. Now, with the left hand, you have to select one black ball from the urn. Now the urn condition is like this. What is the condition? There will be 9 black balls and 5 white balls. Okay. There will be 9 black balls and 5 white balls. From there, you have to select one black ball. So in how many ways you can do this? 9 black ball and 1 black ball is selected in 9 C1 ways divided by the number of elements in the experiment. The sample space is out of the 14, you are selecting 1. So it is 9 C1 by 14 C1. So the final answer will be 10 C1 is 10 divided by 15 C1 is 15 into 9 C1 is this 9 by 14. So whatever the answer comes, it is coming as 3 by 7. It's a very important, the core of probability, conditional probability question. If you can understand this, you can do the next part of Bayes theorem, everything. Now the same question I wanted to discuss with another method also. See what I have told you children, you are selecting these balls one after another without replacement. You just imagine with your right hand you are taking one ball and not replacing it, and with the left hand you are taking another ball. So we have done it. Now it is the same as taking two black balls simultaneously with both the hands. 2 black balls simultaneously. Means we are taking the 2 balls simultaneously. This is your right hand and this is your left hand. तुम simultaneously कैसे लेते? Right hand, left hand दोनों से एक ball लेंगे simultaneously. So now it just got another form. That is, the experiment is taking 2 balls simultaneously. So we have here 10 black and how many white? 5 white. 5 white. Okay. So taking 2 balls simultaneously is an event, and experiment is of taking 2 balls simultaneously from the 15 balls. So what is the number of elements? Required probability is The number of elements, number of ways of selecting two black balls simultaneously from 10 black balls only, which can be done in 10 C2 ways divided by the number of elements of the sample space. So the experiment I have redefined as of taking two balls simultaneously from the 15 balls in 15 C2 ways. So on simplification of this, we know last year we have studied 10 C2 means it is this suffix 2 is very important. 10 into 9 by 2 factorial, right? Suffix 2 means counting down from 10, you take 2 factors. That is 10 into 9 by 2 factorial divided by this 15 C2 will be, it is also C2. That means 2 factors counting down from 15 you have to consider. 15 into 14 by 2 factorial. So ultimately what you are getting is 10 by 15 into 9 by 14. Both are same. You can see here 10 by 15 into 9 by 14. So either of the ways you can do this question. You will be handling the same question in the next unit of random variable. So there I may go with the simultaneous one. Okay, but both the ways you can do this. And there is one more thing comes with a replacement that I will take in due course. So this is also equal to 3 by 7. The next topic is independent events. With suppose, and you need not have to write the example, only formula you need to learn. Suppose we have got 52 playing cards, and from the 52 cards we are taking two, we know 52 cards, and you are taking one card from the 52 cards. So the number of elements of the sample space will be 52 C1. From the 52 cards, if we are taking one card at random, and we are assuming that taking each card is of equally likely outcomes. So we will be applying the classical definition of probability, and we are defining two events. Let E denote that the card drawn is spade. The card drawn is spade, and F is that the card drawn is an ace. The card drawn is an ace. You know that the configuration of the 52 cards, in the 52 cards there are 26 black cards and 26 red cards, and in the 26 black card there are two configurations, that is there are spades and clubs. The spade is of the shape, there are 13 spade and 13 clubs, and here 13 heart and 13 diamond. Okay, 13 diamond. This is the configuration. And here, see, the card drawn is a spade. So what is the probability of E? The card drawn is a spade. So here it comes 13. So 13 C1 by 52 C1, because this 52 C1 is the number of elements of the sample space. So you are getting the answer 13 by 52, which is equal to 1 by 4. And what is P of F? P of F, F is defined as the card drawn is an ace. How many aces are there? In each configuration, we have got one ace. So everywhere one ace is there. So there are 4 aces. So the formula, the probability of f will be n of f by n of s. So n of f means the number of aces of selecting one ace from 4 aces, which can be done in 4 C1 ways, divided by the number of elements of the sample space. So that is 4 by 52, and you're getting it as 1 by 30. Now we find what is P of E intersection F. Intersection means you will be using the word and. So probability of E and F. E and F means it will be a spade and ace. So what is the probability of taking an ace of spade? Ace of spade. Ace of spade. There will be only one ace of spade. So which can be done in 1 by 52 C1. So the answer is 1 by 52. Now we find what is P of E F given E. P of F given E. What do you mean by P of F given E? It is P of E intersection F by P of E intersection F by P of E, and P of E intersection F is 1 by 52. It is 1 by 52 divided by P of E is 1 by 4, and you are getting the answer as 1 by 13. So what do we observe here is, you just observe two things. What is P of F given E and P of. What answer you got? P of F given E is 1 by 13 and P of F is also 1 by 13. So if you analyze these two answers, what do you mean by probability of F given E is probability of F provided E has already happened. E already ho chuka hai. So if E has happened, already happened, E has already happened, ये पहले हो गया, then probability of E, that is P of E given, sorry, probability of F. Then what is the probability of F? If E has already happened, we write it as probability of F given E. Right, probability of F given E. And probability of F given E in this case is 1 by 13. And probability of F without the condition also 1 by 13. So what we observe here is P of F given E is the same as P of F. That is, if E happens or doesn't happen, the probability of F is not changing. The probability of F does not change on the occurrence or non-occurrence of E. In that case, we say that E and F are independent events. Similarly, also we can find out that P of E given F also will be the same in this manner. That means the probability of E remains the same whether F has happened or not happened. That means the probability is not affected by the happening of E, or the probability of F is not affected by the happening of the other event. We do say in this case that E and F are independent events. So you can write now, children, if E and, please write, if E and F are independent event, then P of E given F is P of E and also P of F given E is P of F. This is a mathematical way of telling that two events are independent. Literally speaking, you can say that the probability of occurrence of one of them is not affected by the occurrence of the other. The probability is not affected. That's what this equation shows. So, if you are applying the multiplication theorem, P of E given F is the same as P of E, then what is P of E intersection F? In the multiplication theorem, we know that it is P of E into P of F given E, and F given is the same as P of F. So this is a mathematical way of proving that two events are independent. So please write this. This is the most important equation or identity for two independent events. So this you will be using to prove that two events are independent events. So these three things you please write. Now we will be switching over to the problem solving part. The basic definition, if A and B are independent events, P of A intersection B equal to P of A into P of B. If A and B are independent. The most easiest one. So from here you can find out. So that is equal to 3 by 5 into 1 by 5 equal to 3 by 25. Next question. Two cards are drawn. Two cards are drawn at random and without replacement. V and it is given that P of E equal to 3 by 5, P of F equal to 3 by 10, and P of E intersection F equal to 1 by 5. The question is, are E, F are independent? Very simple one. The checking of independent event is by using the formula P of E intersection F equal to P of E into P of F. So you find out P of E into P of F, which is equal to 3 by 5 into 3 by 10, which are getting us 9 by 50, and that is not equal to P of E intersection F because it is given P of E intersection F as 1 by 5. Therefore, we can conclude that E, F are not independent. we have studied one concept of mutually exclusive event. What do you mean by mutually exclusive event? The happening of one event excludes the happening of another event. That means if E, F are mutually exclusive, if E intersection F equal to phi. In set theory, we say that E and F are disjoint sets, and in probability theory, we say they are mutually exclusive events. Okay, for example, if you are tossing a die and E is defined as getting an even number, E is getting an even number, and F is getting an odd number. So if 4 comes, you know that when 4 comes, E has happened, it automatically will exclude the happening of F. That is, F is getting a odd number. Similarly, the happening of F excludes the happening of E because E has got only the elements 2, 4, 6 and F has got the elements 1, 3, 5. Okay, in the set theory notion, if you just notice it, there is no common elements. So that is a concept of two mutually exclusive event. That is E intersection F is equal to phi. So come to the next question, question number 7. Given two events A and B such that P of A equal to 1 by 2, P of A union B equal to 3 by 5, P of B equal to small letter p, find P, small letter p, find P if A and B are, first one, mutually exclusive, second, independent events. So basic definition only you have to apply. We have given in the question P of A, P of B and P of A union B. Which formula will be applied here? P of A union B equal to, we have the formula of addition theorem, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now the role comes in the part of A intersection B. Okay, so P of A intersection B, for mutually exclusive events, this A intersection B becomes phi, and for independent event, P of A intersection B becomes P of A into P of B. So this becomes, for the first one, mutually exclusive, P of A intersection B becomes P of A intersection B is phi. So probability of phi is 0. So in that case, P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B. On applying the formula, you will get here P and P of A is given as 1 by 2, and this is 3 by 5. So from here you can get the value of P equal to 3 by 5 minus 1 by 2. The second part is independent events. Independent events means P of A intersection B equal to P of A into P of B. So on applying there, you will get in the formula of this addition theorem 3 by 5 equal to 1 by 2 plus P minus P of A into P of B. P of A is 1 by 2 into P of B is P. From here you can get the value of P.